The Franklin Community Center and Heritage Museum is home to Miners Hall. Alan Roberts, chairman of the Board of Trustees at Miners Hall, explains how Miners Hall came about.
This is called Miners Hall Museum because this originally was a union hall for the United Mine Workers. That hall had been, it had been used for other purposes later, but this was the hall itself. When the tornado came through Franklin in 2003, it took this building as in the community center across the street and several of the homes in the area. And so a community center was built on this site, and then it was turned into a museum later. We deal basically with mining and coal mining. And so the artifacts that are held here, the pictures, the tools and those kinds of things are all based on the mining experience and the experience of those miners who came here to make their living. The community of Franklin was established back in 1907 as a coal camp. Many of the communities in southeast Kansas were originally coal camps. That's what brought a lot of the immigrants to southeast Kansas, and Franklin was one of those. At that time, a lot of the industry in the United States was based on coal. And there was a rich seam of coal that was discovered in southeast Kansas in the late 1800s, and so people came here to mine that coal. We think you should come to the museum here in Franklin for a number of reasons. The Amazon Army did marches, and they all began, believe it or not, here in Franklin, Kansas. In December of 1921, a group of women and children would gather here. Anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000 women marched in those marches, and they would go to the mine sites and protest the conditions, trying to get the 8-hour workday, safety regulations in the mines because it was a dangerous job, especially underground mining was a dangerous job. In addition to that, we are on what was called at one time the Jefferson Highway, the first transcontinental highway that was built going north and south, similar to Route 66 that went east and west. And so it's located right out in front of the museum, and across the street from this museum is the longest sidewalk connecting two communities, the community of Franklin and the community of Arma.
For a small community, Franklin has a lot of history to offer. For CAPS 13 News, I'm Barrett Young.